Everything follows you. Do you believe it?
Yes.
All right, I first want to take care of some basic things, and then we'll go in. I want to honor your time. So I want you, number one, I want you to save this number. Make sure you get this number, 904 204 0846. 904 204 0846. I want you to have that number, and I want you to save it as Life is Rich. I want you to save it as Life is Rich. You don't have to do anything with it. That's like your hotline.
All right.
904 204 0846. Everybody got it?
Yes.
904 204 0846. Save it as Life is Rich. That's our office number. I want you to write down these 4 questions. Number 1, what is your goal? Number 1, what is your goal? It doesn't matter which area, spiritual, mental, emotional, relational, physical, financial, because once again, Life is Rich means I live in fullness every day because I realize I am Christ's heir. That's what those letters mean. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, relationally, physically, and financially. So number 1 is, what is your goal? Number 2, what's holding you back? Goes back to that story that Joanne has talked about today. Valuable, very valuable information, valuable insights to deconstruct. So number 2, what's holding you back? Got it? Yes. Number 1, what's your goal? Number 2, what's holding you back? Number 3, what resources do you currently have that you're underutilizing? Number 3, what resources do you currently have that you're currently underutilizing? What resources do you currently have that you are underutilizing? Good?
Yeah.
And then number 4, would you like our help? Number 4, would you like our help? So now you got a contact number. You got 4 critical questions. Number 3, I want to know, based on the experience you've had this weekend, with what Joanne has presented, the atmosphere, with now understanding the true value of personal growth and development and starting to just get a glimpse of what she's able to do during this limited amount of time, would you want to be on that invite list for our first event? You know, this is the last fall advance. But do you want to be on that list for the very first event? That's a question for you to have for yourself. Nothing for you to do with that information right now, but those are the things you guys walk out of the room with on your paper that you're going to be able to address for yourself. At any time at any point in time, if you know right now that you want to stay in touch, simply text Andrea to that number. And then you'll be in that information that we continue to put forth. Because maybe one of the things that we already do is we do a group coaching Zoom, where we actually do deconstruct the mind and do some things to teach you how to think versus what to think. So that's a lot easier to do than immediately doing something like this, but just know that that's something that's coming down. That's something that is already in the works. Everybody clear with the housekeeping stuff? Got it? I don't want anyone left behind. I don't want anyone to leave here not having that information. All right, so put on your feet. Let's go ahead and get the state right. I want to see if we can take what was given to you in this morning's word, what was given to you on yesterday, and let's see whether or not your belief is there. If you made a shift as a result of the amount of time that you've had and the content in which that you've received. Okay? So you got your position, you got your state right. Let's see if we can blow these walls off.
Yes.
Just repeat after me. Dramatic wealth is a virtue.
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 I'm open and receptive to any ideas and people
I'm open and receptive to any ideas and people
that will help me to achieve my goal of dramatic wealth.
that will help me to achieve my goal of dramatic wealth.
I'm open and receptive to any ideas and people
I'm open and receptive to any ideas and people
that will help me to achieve my goal of dramatic wealth.
that will help me to achieve my goal of dramatic wealth.
I'm open and receptive to any ideas and people
I'm open and receptive to any ideas and people
that will help me to achieve my goal of dramatic wealth.
that will help me to achieve my goal of dramatic wealth.
I am worth $100,000 per month,
I am worth $100,000 per month,
and I love sharing it with those in need.
and I love sharing it with those in need.
I am worth $100,000 per month,
I am worth $100,000 per month,
and I love sharing it with those in need.
and I love sharing it with those in need.
I am worth $100,000 per month,
I am worth $100,000 per month,
and I love sharing it with those in need.
and I love sharing it with those in need.
Through perseverance, I am creating
Through perseverance, I am creating
the financial dynasty I so richly deserve.
the financial dynasty I so richly deserve.
Through perseverance, I am creating
Through perseverance, I am
the
creating
financial dynasty I so richly deserve.
the financial dynasty I so richly deserve.
Through perseverance, I am creating
Through perseverance, I am creating
the financial dynasty I so richly deserve.
the financial dynasty I so richly deserve.
Through perseverance, we are creating
Through perseverance, we are
the
creating
financial dynasty we so richly deserve.
the financial dynasty we so richly deserve.
I believe you. Clap your hands. Just going to give you guys some things to walk away with as somewhat mnemonic devices to help you to remember the outstanding teaching that was given to you today. I really excel at teaching people how to think versus what to think. Say it, how to think
How to think
versus what to think.
versus what to think.
How to think
How to think
versus what to think.
versus what to
This
think.
process is the Socratic method of teaching, which I developed and really honed in as an infantry officer and ranger, knowing that in taking my soldiers in the battle, that if I got killed on the battlefield, the mission would still have to take place. So you have to equip people to be able to function independent of me. How to think versus what to think in order for the mission to continue to go forward. How to think versus what to think. Socratic method of teaching. Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth is a principle-centered, biblically based leadership program focused on personal growth and entrepreneurship. Say it, personal growth
Personal growth
and entrepreneurship.
and entrepreneurship.
Do you now understand that for you to realize the success that is already in your hand because you are an heir, that you have to grow into that? Your capacity has to be increased. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because the only thing that is in between where you want to be, what you want to actually physically have, and what you have right now is simply your growth. You see, life is rich means I live in fullness every day because I realize that I am Christ's heir. I'm an heir. How do you become an heir? You inherit. You're a child. Do we see this?
Yes.
As a believer, I believe that I am truly His. That's the word that I've grown up understanding. I don't have any doubts about who I am and whose I am. So because of that, I can only see you as that if you tell me that you're a believer, because I can't judge it. It's your words, right? You have to confess with your mouth. So because of that, I treat you with that understanding. So that means the standard has to be a different standard, because if I'm an heir, and you say that you're an heir, and we come from the same bloodline, then standards are meant to be reached up to, not to be reached down to. So that means I've got to make sure that we're elevated. That's the dynamics of my wife and our relationship. That's why you see the glow and the flow, how we are, because we're walking in alignment. Because if it wasn't alignment, then there wouldn't be the assignment. Alignment before assignment. And all we're looking to do is to continue to empower believers. And then, beyond empowering, to educate, equip, and then empower believers to live in fullness every day, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, relationally, physically, and financially. Because it's already your birthright. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that excite you?
Yes.
I mean, you should be able to stand firmly in any situation because you stand firmly on His word, because the word says that now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Foundational is the substance. Now faith is the substance. This is what we're standing on. So we're standing on His word. So we're solid ground. That's why I talk about get your state. Get your stance. And so if you're standing firmly, then no matter what's going on in your life, you're still standing firmly and you're still with your eyes still focused. Now faith is the substance of things. Hope is an expectation. What are you expecting? I'm trying to just help you to shift your state. So your expectation is on what's already yours. Shifting your state so that your expectation is based upon what is already yours. Because it's already written in His word. And so here's how the instructions flow, which is what life is rich is based upon. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. That's already taken care of. Because I already know that you already said that you're a believer. So there's no more seeking. And so now there's a promise. I just want you to walk into your promise, because it says now all things thereafter shall be added unto you. Now you just got to do work. Now you got to walk into it. Does that make sense? And so I want you to understand that, because if you get that down, then when I get ready to talk to you real quick about the powerful lesson that Sharon gave to you yesterday, then you'll see how to pull this thing together. Because see, what I do is I teach you how to think versus what to think. That's why every chapter of Life is Rich begins with scripture. Because I don't want you to say, well, I got to pray about it. If God's will. The word already said, seek ye first. I already laid it out for you. It's already solved. Just start with the table of contents. Every chapter has a scripture in it. But then you go into work. Leadership is the answer. The cash flow danger. It happened to me. Becoming an entrepreneur. Choosing the right entity. Raising capital. Asset protection. Protecting your financial privacy. Reducing your taxes. Retirement planning. Residual income retirement planning. Estate planning. and then life is rich. Go to work. So here's how it looks. Write down the book. Start with Why, Simon Sinek. Start with Why, Simon Sinek. Again, everything that I'm walking you through is going to be directly in line with what has been shared with you on both days. Not only with Joanne, but also with Pastor Faye today. See, I got to get you to start learning how to think versus what to think, which means that, because Miles Monroe says that knowledge is information, understanding is comprehension, and then wisdom is applied knowledge. Most people lack the understanding, the gap. And they say, I want to work with you. And that's why I said I want to invite you to come back when we do our first event. I want you to get on these calls with them when we're doing those so that we can start to help you to make that shift so you become a functioning person. Especially in this model because you are entrepreneurs. You literally buy stuff and then go out and sell it. You take on all the risk. You got to be a thinker. You got to start functioning like business people. It ain't the model, it's you. You got to get that. You got to wake out the fall. You got to elevate. So here's what it looks like. The first thing is you got to get to your core. So he says in his diagram, he gives you a bullseye. In the middle, here's your why. Start with why. That's what it means. What's your core? Start with why. Once you got your why, so our why is life is rich, because all we're about is just bringing people back to God and the realization of what's already promised. It's just a philosophy. It's just a life. Life, that's all it is. It ain't no company, it ain't no thing, it ain't no doing this or that. No, it's who you be versus what you do. Can't remember the book, what page, but I talk about that all throughout Life is Rich. I say you're a human being versus a human doing. Go to networking events, people say, hey, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? I look at them and say, who I be, who I be, who I be. Totally different mindset. Start with why. From your why, you go to your how. Our how is about advocacy. It's about being in alignment with causes and things that matter. We matter, so we want to be connected with people that matter, doing things that matter. Does that make sense? Senior advocacy, women's advocacy, cancer advocacy, child health advocacy. Advocacy, we want to serve the masses, to elevate, because we all are healers or teachers or both. You get it? You gotta stop. See again, it's that real-time teaching. It's I gotta make sure you understand. Because most people set up in environments, educationally and everywhere else, where it's just like a bump on the wall. I gotta get your head on. I gotta see the light bulb go on, because otherwise I'm not serving any purpose. How? How can we connect? What can we do together? How can we impact? How many lives can we impact? When I get ready to show you what I'm going to show you regarding what the presentation that Sharon made, let's see her. There you go. There you go. I'm going to talk to you about that how thing, and I talked to her a little bit in the hallway about it. You get that one relationship, start listening to serve, now you become a conduit to solve problems in your community. Strategy. And then lastly is what? The what right there is keep people on the frizz, being unproductive, working in isolation. Because you just about what you do. No. Look to be a collaborator, be a problem solver. Yeah. That all begins with relationship building. Okay? And so how you want to look at it is this. You want to look at, well, what is the problem that your opportunity addresses? So the first thing is, if you got a phone right here, we're looking at all the people that are shared belief, alignment before assignment. We can start a conversation from the pieces of faith or values or integrity or whatever, right? That's a big net. What I'm going through right now is called a funnel theory of marketing. Funnel theory of marketing, okay? Going from big to narrow. The big opening is what I say is we're just dealing with people of faith. We have an initial touching point in Life is Rich because we share what our values are, what things we're into. Does that understand? Does that make sense? Principle centered, biblically based, leadership, personal growth and entrepreneurship. We're going to get some people that are believers that fall into line with that, right? Do most of you in here fall in line with similar things like that? Okay? Next, what problem do we address that we can touch and agree on? We can touch and agree on the problem of finances. Why? Because 77 million baby boomers are retiring and facing a cash flow danger. 66 out of 100 people age 65 earn less than $30,000 in retirement. 47% of people say that they had a $400 emergency, they would have to sell something or borrow money to address it. And then 78% of people say that they live paycheck to paycheck. You got that?
Can you repeat this?
Yes. 77 million baby boomers are retiring and facing a cash flow danger. 66 out of 100 people age 65 earn less than $30,000 in retirement. Everybody's en route to 65 already passed it, right? That's why it matters. 47% of people say that they had a $400 emergency, they'd have to sell something or borrow money to address it. 78% say that they're living paycheck to paycheck. See, as a professional, I just want to help you round your mind out so that you're now walking from a position of posture, so that you're not bashful about offering people your opportunity if you believe your opportunity is good. You understand? Your conviction will come through based upon what you actually know to be true. Now, you don't have to take all things being true, because now you need to be enlightened. You got to have your mind open and be able to no more denying stuff. The most truth I heard, the thing that I'm excited about, was the truth that was given by Sharon. Because it deals with the basic of a business, which means go out there and make your sales. Got to make your sales. You understand? Now, when you have that understanding, then it's a matter of everything else coming together. And so, the reason why this is so important to me, because as I told you, in 2001, 90 day, in that window of time I was leaving the military, in that 90-day window, I went out and acquired over $1 million in assets 90 days after reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's what led me to my first million at 32. What I saw in the book was simply two different diagrams that blew my mind, that really allowed me to say, oh, this makes sense. The first thing was this box that looked like tic-tac-toe. It's the cash flow quadrant, 4 quadrants. You got the E for employee, S for self-employed, B for business owner, I for investor. Okay? If you're E, I can't bring forward. Yeah. E stands for employee. Swapping time for dollars. I always tell people it's a good thing to have a job if you start a business. Yep. The reason I say that, because it allows you then to create a system, so that then you don't leave your job and then go on a job. That's the game of wealth. S is self-employed. That's when you're doing everything yourself. You're swapping time for dollars. You stop, your money stops. Generally, people, attorneys, CPAs, Mary Kay, self-employed.
Say that again, please.
Which?
The self-employed, swapping.
Swapping. I didn't say anything about the swapping piece, but self-employed means that if your money stops if you stop. Your money stops. Yes, your money stops if you stop. That's called active income. It's active. You got to be doing something over here. The goal is to put you on the right side with the B and the I. B for business owner. Primary thing about business is systems. I can automate what Sharon is doing. I can make that a business. But see, you got to have a different mindset. You have to have a financial mindset to make that, to be able to recognize it and see. But the reason I can automate it is because she's doing it manually. When you can do things manually, then, you see McDonald's flipping hamburgers and people in now moving robots. Again, that's it. You got to be able to look at business, start thinking like a business person. See the things happening on business and how can I make that happen? Especially in your model when you're buying stuff, them closing their books, and they don't have no clue if you made money or not. True or true? True. In the eyes of the investor. You gotta start taking your seed and then you gotta put it to work. Okay? And the things depending on your timelines will determine where you're gonna start putting that to work. Don't play that game as a way of just putting it in and dropping it in for long term. You got no long term. That's just holding your money up. Now, that's the one diagram. The other one was, this one was the game changer that allowed me to make that allowed me to do what I did financially. And that was understanding your financial statements. Financial statements, income statement, balance sheet. If that's foreign to you, then we just need to talk. Because the truth of the matter is money is like a foreign land. Money is like a foreign land. Money is like a foreign land. What do I mean by that? If you don't know the language of the land, you can't get around. How many of y'all walking around don't know the language of the land and y'all just going to go? See, you got to just be honest, because I know the truth, because 78% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. Okay? So, here's how it works. And you tell me if you can see yourself in the diagram. The poor go income to expenses, and then it's out the window. Income, expenses, out the window. The middle class look a little bit different. They got a little bit of a balance sheet. They got a liability on there. Home mortgage, car loan, credit card, student loans. Every liability has an expense. So it goes income to the liability. They look like they're doing fabulous. They got a big house, they got a big car. But then that liability has a monthly expense to it, which then goes out the window. So a paycheck away from broke. Income, liability, expenses out the window. Got it? What we want to help to move a whole community to first is being debt free. Which is why we're kicking off Life is Rich / Financial Peace University, just to get people in, going into the end of the year with a game plan to be debt free and financially free. You probably see it at your church. Just take the class. If you question whether or not you want, just look it up. Over 5 million people have gone through the program. It'll be a smart thing to do. If you want to participate in that with us, just text FPU to that number that I told you, so you can get information. But here's the thing right here, asset column. You got to look at your balance sheet to see if you have any assets. Assets are things that make you money. Your habit, your behavior needs to shift to going income to having a pause button before you spend it. Go to asset column. Something that makes you money. Then go back to income. So if you're buying your inventory to go sell your inventory, not to hold it up because you're trying to qualify for a jury or whatever, if you ain't buying it to sell it, then all you're doing is going into debt and playing that other game. Income to asset. Your $100 bag is an asset if you use it as an asset. Don't have no long faces, don't talk about no blame game, don't say nobody. You better do something to make it work. Income, asset, income, asset, income, asset. And so what I heard this weekend was about how to make that work. It ain't gonna happen it ain't no coin operating. You ain't gonna drop the coin in and then this is gonna happen. Okay? That right there changed my life because all I did was say, okay, I can do that. I can go figure out how to make money. And so that means when I want a Rolex, I'll make sure my money paid for it. When I want the SL 500 Mercedes, I want the money paid for it. If I want whatever, I want the money to make it. If I want more inventory, I want to make my money, make the inventory to go sell it. That's it. That's all my heart's desire is for you. Just be smart. Because no matter what, you don't own the company. That's why I want you to understand that you are the asset. You are the asset. And so last 2 minutes, this is all I wanted to share with you, is that the first thing is, Sharon, let me ask you a question. How long did it take you to, need y'all pay attention, how long did it take you to set up a Facebook group? Okay, 10 minutes. Okay. And how Did you already have some customers?
Yes.
Okay, were they already on Facebook? Okay, by show of hands, how many of you already have some customers? Oh my goodness, okay, put your hands down. How many of you on Facebook? Okay, I would like you to, and the reason I'm asking you to do this is because I want us to track results between now and the end of the year. I want to see if we're effective or not. Because y'all ain't paying already. Y'all ain't paying my fee, and y'all used to get this for free. So I want you to get some. I want you to put value to it because you're getting value stuff. These ladies are phenomenal. That's why I got. That's why I'm gonna celebrate the wife for y'all. Jesus. So with that said, I want you to benefit. And the reason I want you to benefit is because I want us to track the results so we can prove the testimonies of the results. So here's what you want to do. Number one, open up your Facebook and set up a group, which is pretty easy, and I'm sure you can find someone to do it. And if y'all want to really build a little community, y'all can coach each other too, we can do this thing together. But here's what I want you to do that. And then I want you to take your customer base, and I want you to invite them to that group. Is that basically what you did?
Yes.
That's how you get your asset. You start to own your book of business. I did the same thing as the financial advisor. It's your book of business. It ain't the company's book of business. Stop talking about the company. It's you. People join people. They sign up with companies. But in your world, they buy whatever the product you put in from. Okay? Own your book of business. And with your book of business, now you can go back and service that book of business. So simple. I told you yesterday, only 3 ways to increase your revenue. Either get new clients, you got your asset online, get you a new client offline, ask them if they're on Facebook. If they're not, hey, get on Facebook because I'm going to give you some extra coupons and all this other stuff. Just get on there, just over there. I don't want people looking at it, they ain't got to see none of your posts. I just want you to get in here and get in my group. You ain't got to get nobody else in this place. You understand? I don't have a computer. Help them to get it opened up then. Put them in there. That's one way for you to increase your revenue, by increasing your number of clients. The next thing is get your clients buying more often. Well, they will buy more often if you're looking to offer value to them. I want you to understand, I want you to hear this directly from my mouth, understand that the people that you're servicing right now are buying more things than just the things you're currently representing.
Right. Oh, yes.
You are an independent contractor, so as such, be a person of value to your book of business, your asset that you own. That doesn't even come with something unless you do something with it. Okay? And then lastly, and so as you have them there, now you do your weekly and daily, right? Yeah. Do your weekly daily, and then that's what's going to cause them to buy more because you're going to show them something they hadn't seen before. You're going to do some study, you're going to learn a little bit more about it, and you're going to actually provide it to them, huh? All in-house. And then lastly, get them paying more. You're getting bigger tickets. You're going to get bigger tickets. Holidays coming around. You're going to get bigger tickets. Okay? That right there, I promise you, if you just do that one particular thing right there, you can double, triple, or quadruple your income. I don't even know where your income is right now. And if you're willing to do just those things, connect with us so I can then go a little bit deeper with how to make that actually turn into something. But the key thing I want you to understand, I want you to walk away enlightened, is understanding that you are the asset. You are the revenue generator. Continue to make yourself fabulous. Continue to walk with an understanding of who you are and whose you are. Allow that to be the thing that causes others to be drawn to you. You will never have to feel like you're pressuring anyone, because they will be grateful for the professionalism which you deliver, and they will invite you into their world. And then from there, that's how that referral stuff works. But I need you to get beyond the fog of thinking that this is it, especially for those of you that have only one source of income. You're built for more than that because you are a walking, talking billboard. That's the only reason why people will offer you commission, because they know that you got the goods. So own it, walk in it, and look for opportunities to service your people. And the way you do it is just listening. And the way, as you listen to them, you'll find out different situations that you can actually assist them with. And that's where you can provide these strategic relationships. As something as simple as a child that needs a counselor, where you can have one client in your group that's a customer that you can refer directly to them. You don't have to get paid for it, but you could, but you don't have to, because you can still say, I'm giving value to the person. And they'll stick with you because you're their trusted advisor now.
Yes.
Become a trusted advisor. Okay? So I want to thank you guys. I hope that you guys got value from that.
Yes.